recording. All right, so I just moved cross country, and I got to pull apart all of the boxes. I've been slowly but surely trying to unpack this house, or all of our boxes into this house. And then I discovered I have a bunch of terrain that I crafted. This stuff is just polystyrene. That's all that is. I did this like 2 years ago. So you got polystyrene, okay? So if you were to scratch away that paint, you'd find that pink stuff. As a matter of fact, I got some of it over here. The pink stuff. That's just, it's just foam board, right? This is 2-inch thick. That stuff over there is 1-inch thick. This right here I picked up today. This is a rubber mat. It's a utility mat, like 1/4 inch thick. Anyway, I'm trying to flatten it out because it comes in a roll. It'll relax after a while. Anyway, this is my grandmother's dining table. I'm going to turn it into a gaming table. They start pulling stuff out of the boxes to see what I had here. It's got this is like some kind of foam 1/8 of an inch thick stuff that I've Mod Podged to the bottom of it. This is all acrylic paint and Mod Podge. All I did was I scored it with an X-Acto knife, and then I ran like a Sharpie marker, as far as I remember, into it, just kind of ground it in there so that it would be textured. And then all of this, I take a ball of aluminum foil and just roll it over just as hard as you can over the top of the surface of this. So this is all textured. Feels like stone. The biggest problem I have is that I made a bunch of these little rocks. There's that pink stuff I was telling you about. And what I really ought to do is take some of that Mod Podge and kind of glue some of that moss stuff around the base of it, so it kind of stands out a little bit more. These are cool. These are little doors that I made, you know. And I put these there's an orange gem at the top. There's a red gem at the bottom. The whole premise to this was just like a puzzle. Okay, so those are secondary. An orange is a secondary color. Red is a primary, right? So I've got these marbles. They fit in those little holes. As a matter of fact, I got them over here. I just haven't taken them out. So you take a blue and a blue, and it'll unlock the blue doors, right? I get 2 of these marbles. They'll unlock the blue door. That side. So I got the blue gem right there. Okay. Put both of those blue ones in there. That's how you get your players to unlock these buggers. But if they want to go through the other side, well, now that's going to take a blue and a red. If you want to make purple, right? Anyway, that's the goofy puzzle I come up with. These things are weighted. Down at the base here, I've got, what do I have in there? Like pennies or something in there. There's something that's holding that thing. It's weighted. I have some of this stuff is weighted. This I tried to weight, but I used that real thin white foam board that you can get from dollar stores, and unfortunately kind of warped it. And I've tried to weight the heck out of that with nickels and tacks and all sorts, but it still wants to sit crooked. I don't know what to do with it next. Anyway, this is supposed to be some kind of underground lagoon, right? And I built this little bridge, and this little bridge will fit into, or it should fit into, any one of these openings. And there's 3 of them. Anyway, that's all fun, right? This whole thing's enclosed. How do you get back there? Who knows? Knock a hole in the wall. A bridge. Here's a bridge I made. This thing's weighted as well with nickels. I got nickels glued in there. I made another one that was busted apart. Here's a bottomless well I made. This is fun. Bottomless well. Don't know what the heck's at the bottom of that. Some more of those little rocks. I want to weight those things down. These are cool. Little walls. They're just random pieces. And all of this is made out of that polystyrene stuff. Here's the busted bridge, right? There's two pieces. So your players need to figure out how to get across the chasm. And these are weighted as well. This is got they have nickels and stuff in there. So you can put a figurine or a miniature on top of that, and it'll hold its weight. It's only going to hold so much weight. At some point, it's going to give way and just fall. This is all, I guess, a work in progress. I built a bar once. These are the tables for the bar. There's the bar. This is not to scale. This is actually badly done. But these are torches on the back side, and I don't know if they still work or not. The batteries may be dead, but they flicker. Do they work? Maybe they're dead. I don't know. It's hard to do with one finger. Just there you go. See, they just kind of glow. I did all that with like matchsticks. This is the back of the bar where all the bottles are supposed to go. It's really not to scale. It looked hokey as hell, and it was probably the first thing that I did when it came to crafting. I did do this, though. I made a little... But I spray painted it with this Minwax satin finish, and it kind of yellowed. There's little bits of yellow. I would recommend that you don't do that. Use that Minwax stuff, because with age, it turns yellow. Like here's one of my earlier things. This thing is just laced with Mod Podge. I don't know what the heck I used. I think I used that Minwax stuff on this, but this didn't turn out quite as well as these pieces. This is kind of light. I used a lot more white than I did in this, but this is really cool. About the time I started figuring out what I was doing. So you'll you just roll the heck out of that aluminum foil, so it dents the heck out of the polystyrene, and then you just pat it with a sponge, so it's only touching that surface area, and it's not getting down in the crevices. You hit it with black first, obviously, right? And then you hit it with like this mixture of white and silver and gray, maybe a little bit of black. The problem is if you do every single one of your pieces like that, then they all kind of blend together. See? Anyway, I think I would have preferred doing a little other color paints to differentiate between the tones, right? So you could see. Anyway, I was excited to see this. I thought you guys might get a kick out of it. Here's a little spider web I made. This thing's weighted as well. It's got that foam at the bottom. So all that is a cotton ball with a fabric sheet, like a dryer sheet, stretched over the top of it. And I glued everything into place with Mod Podge. And this is when I hit my players with just a mob of freaking spiders. And it was like a timer. You got so many rounds before that egg hatches. And then all these spiders just come crawling out. This is something I made out of twigs and sticks. But if you look at it real close, you can see the yellowing of the glue I used. That was a mistake. What did I use? It might have been wood glue. I was originally thinking it was a hot glue gun, but hot glue wouldn't yellow. That's got to be wood glue. So if you're going to do that, don't do like I did, because it looks bad. Here's something cool. Here's a little sewer grate. I had this for another big platform piece that I had made. But I think, where the heck did that go, right? Probably someplace no good. Anyway, I'm just showing off some of the garbage that I unpacked and was surprised to see. All this stuff I made like, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago. Anyway, here's this was supposed to be the fireplace in the tavern that I made. Excuse me. Okay, so these are little Dollar Tree flickering lights. Let's see if they still work. The contraption still works. All you got to do is, yeah, it's still glowing. But I made it so that you could just swap out the batteries. And those are those, what, C2032s, whatever you call them, batteries. They're real easy to replace. And that's like some Dollar Tree goat head I mounted above it. The paint's worn off. When my kids were real small, they found my stuff and started chewing on it. There's little teeth marks in some of these pieces because they were teething. Anyway, there you go. That's fun. Fun stuff. That's just wood and some, that's aluminum foil back there that I glued in place to kind of reflect. Crafting. Love it. Love playing with miniatures. Okay. You guys take care. Talk to you later.